guys, welcome back to Food Spa Home and Garden, and today we are going to be fixing my breezeway. There are so many dead things going on in this yard this year. I'm kind of frustrated because I'm having issues, well, you'll see here in a little while, with a bunch of plants and stuff like that. I gotta take the dead out of all these plants, and I'm gonna be cutting them back quite a bit. And it's the end of June, the last 2 weeks of June, and I took the last 2 weeks of June off. I was gonna go to Arizona for a vacation, but I ended up having some house problems, so I wasn't able to afford to go. So instead, I decided to take those 2 weeks off anyway and just relax because I work 2 jobs and everything else, and I wanted to get some stuff done here around the house. So my yard is a huge, ginormous mess. Even though it's not that big of a yard, technically it's really long and there's a lot of plants and things to take care of that require a lot of pruning. So that's what I ended up doing a lot of. And so this is the breezeway area. My dog, actually, before the other one passed away about 2 to 3 months ago, he was a digger too, and my current dog is a digger too. Both of them have dug around the plants, and actually after I did this, one of them dug again around those rose bushes. There's no way to keep them out, so I constantly have to prune them back and also make sure that I keep putting the dirt back around the root balls because of them. But in other words, they do get a lot of aerating, so I guess that's a good thing too, but in the wrong way. I wish he would stop doing that because he likes to season his bone. So anyway, I'm taking out all the dead. Now you can cut back your roses in the fall. I usually tend to do it during the spring. That way the rose has enough to eat. But then again, people talk about disease and all this other stuff. I've never had a problem with disease with doing this. So that's why I always wait, because I can never tell the green from the brown in the wintertime, and I guess you're supposed to cut them all back. But I also have long stem roses too, which those are supposed to be long, and a lot of times those will come back on the same shoot as last year that was brand new, so I tend not to cut those back as much. This one's a climber that I'm working on right now, and they're pretty pokey, so I usually use the snippers as a way to hold them too, kind of like you would do with, like, I don't know, anything. If you work in dentistry, you know, you use a forceps or whatever, or surgery, you use a forceps to hold something or get rid of it, kind of like that, and that way they're not as pokey. So I'm cutting back everything, and I am cutting it back hard. A lot of these plants have been around for a lot of years, which you'll find that out, but some of them are brand new, which that is making me mad. I'm keeping my dead plants. I don't know if they're dead or not, if they're going to come back next year, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to revamp the soil in the boxes and everything, because I think somehow they all died because of the winter was really rough this year, so we're gonna have to redo a bunch of stuff. So this one is all about pruning, guys. Not really too much instruction or anything, but this is just how I do stuff. As far as my cherry tree goes, yeah, it's got a lot of dead on it, possibly, or damage. I'm leaving it because it takes years and years and years for just one stem to grow back on that thing. I'm gonna kind of see how it goes this year. We're not even into July yet, and it's not really that hot around here. It usually gets pretty hot in July and August and September, so we'll see what happens. if it's going backwards to old school where it used to do this stuff. So we're still wet and rainy and stuff, so that's why I haven't gotten to all this stuff yet. Usually I do all this stuff in May, sometimes April, March. It depends on what the weather's like, and this year has been crappy, so I've had to do a lot of my trimming later. Technically it's not even summer until June 21st, but around in here sometimes summer hits, or like last year it hit actually in May, April, somewhere around there. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with the yard. It's a mess. Have to fix it. Tired of walking into a bunch of leaves and everything. So lots and lots and lots of pulling weeds and reorganizing everything and figuring out what we're going to do next year as far as plant wise, if I can afford it. I say we, that means the dog and I. So we'll see what happens. Lots of paying off bills this year, lots of kind of whatever I already have on hand, that's what we're doing. Not trying to buy a whole heck of a lot of stuff, because finances are really tight this year. So not doing really a lot of big projects. We might revamp the garden. We're not going to be doing a vegetable garden this year. Sorry guys. I know that's something that we do usually, but not this year. We're going to focus mainly on kind of keeping up with the weeds and trimming trees this year. And maybe if I have a chance, I'm revamping the garden in the back too. We'll have to see what happens. That sort of a thing, because of, finances and stuff. So I already have a bunch of stuff on hand, trying to save up a bunch of money so that we can do more fun stuff, pay off some bills, things like that. I do need a new fence. It broke. Thank God for the other fence. I probably am gonna have to get a new front yard fence because it's breaking too. Trying to save up for that. Just the gate alone for the front yard is about $200, I think, $300 to $300, and that doesn't include like doing the fence that I want to do, which is going to be like an aluminum fence, because I'm sick and tired of wood fences like breaking, and every time I have to do something with a wood fence, it's almost like it just like, you know how it goes, it always does it at the bottom of the fence. It's really annoying where it rots out. So I think I'm gonna, tend to go on the metal side of things. I know that fence posts have to be replaced and all that stuff every so many years. This fence has been here for 14 years in the front, so we'll be doing that. Fixing all the dog issues. I have to fix one again because he did it on that. This is the long stem rose. The one back behind it over to the right hand side is the climber, and that's the one that he likes to dig, and he did that yesterday with his bum. So anyway, there's so many things that we're going to have to be doing on this property, as you can hear me talk about. So hopefully I'm not boring you with all this talking stuff. But anyway, this was over a couple days, so you can kind of see the beautiful transformation. This is just the front yard, guys. There's more to do in the back. Believe me, there's just so much stuff to do. But once it's all finished and everything's like all fixed up and stuff, it will look a lot better. So still waiting for that, and I still have to put up the rest of the shutters too and finish painting those, which that costs a lot of money too, because I'm still waiting on getting money for that, because I really need a 5-gallon paint. That's $300 for that, so that's going to be a while too. And it's raining, and there's no point in painting the house and doing all the other stuff, because of course it's raining all the time. So anyway, We have sprinklers to fix and a bunch of other stuff too, so that will probably be coming up. And we have another tree to trim too, which I'm kind of taking Sunday off of this weekend to kind of revamp, because I did this in 2 days, 2 or 3 days in a row, I think. Plus I did some other stuff, which you'll see that in not this video, but the next week. Kind of getting reorganized, even though it's not really that organized and stuff like that too. So we'll see. There's a bunch of tons of projects to do coming up. So you're going to see a lot of more stuff that I have on hand to do in this video, in the next couple videos too, which was kind of nice to take it off, because then I got kind of ahead on videos. So I guess that's a blessing in disguise. Okay, so we've got some problems in the garden here. You guys can see some of the problems right here. This was planted last year. I did a whole entire video. Actually been here for 2 years. 2 years, I think. And this one died. My climber died on both sides, and all my roses and pots. So we need to revamp the pot situation eventually, but we can't do it this year. That's $400 in pot damage from all the rain and the bad weather. And then this guy has been here for, gosh, 14 years. 14 years, I think. So he's looking good. The climber over here has not been there for that long. I don't remember how long. Maybe 12 years. I don't know. But we got more work to do still on the front yard. Still kind of waiting on this cherry tree to see what it's going to do. It's started blooming more, or putting more leaves out. I don't know if these are dead, because they're still kind of pliable, so I think they still might have growth on them later in the year. So we're gonna let those go because it's still cold around here for now. And then we've got a lot of stuff, a lot of trimming to do, so that's what we're gonna do today. So get my gloves on. Oh, I forgot my remote. finish this pile. So I think we're gonna work on this pile first. You'll have to excuse a lot of noise. Somebody's getting their trees trimmed or something. I don't know. This rose has got issues. I think we're gonna try to trim him back a bunch. I mean, like a hard trim. It's been a couple years anyway since he's had a hard trim anyway, so probably about like every 3 to 5 years, I think. You want to do a hard trim on these guys. Usually in the spring. It's a little bit past the spring, but that's okay. He's pretty dead in here. We gotta fix him. Better. With everything. Look at this baby. He just sitting there. He's a good boy. So they say about 18 inches for 12 to 18, depending on if it's the winter or the summer. But this one has had such hardships this year, and I haven't been taking good care of him, so he is going to get a pretty good cut back. Just be careful when you get in there, because ouchie mama. So we'll see what happens with that plant. Most likely it's dead and we'll have to probably replace it with something else. That's fine. I've always wanted to put like a fountain in there, which would be really cool one of these days. But that costs lots of money. And then down here, my boxwood, he's got a bunch of stuff on him going on. I think he's been overwatered because of the rain. Just try to trim him back a little bit. This one's looking good too. We've got several dead ones that we're gonna have to replace here, which was a lot of money, but oh well. That's what gardening is. It's kind of a risk. How pretty this is this year. It has really gotten everywhere. The snow on the mountain, this variegated flower or petal, and then These have died because I need to get another sign here that says don't pee on the flowers. But look at all the hostas, aren't they pretty? This is one of those good years. Let's take these shoots down too. I don't know what's up with this part. I'm just gonna put them. I don't understand why they're kind of dry on the ends of the back. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. I know it was a bunch of trimming, but there were a few instruction things in there that I do, not necessarily something that everybody would do. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys like the videos on what we're doing with the yard. I hope you guys inspire to do something wonderful in your life, no matter what it is, and inspire other people to do something wonderful in theirs. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and please subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit those thumbs ups too, because we appreciate everyone, so we can keep on going with these videos. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.